Having stepped out of Łazienki Park, though briefly, now need to dip back in because there are a few more things to see in the park. Easy enough, no entrance fee of course. No guards checking for anything suspicious unless you are doing something particularly suspicious. And as a man talking to himself, holding his arm out with a tiny nondescript no-pro camera, isn't registering with anyone among the orange-shirted ochrony as suspicious activity, I'm guessing it's all good. We can just go straight back in and track down the last few little things that I would like to see and maybe of interest to you as well. A memorial sculpture of Frédéric Chopin. So in memory of a man with great musical accomplishment and yeah, a man with absolutely, well, basically tone deaf, can't hold a tune for more than 2 seconds. Which is which? Which one of us is going to have a monument erected to them and has already had that? Yeah, Frédéric Chopin, he was the man. And in a far cooler, calmer, more shaded spot, we have another famous artist. Mentioned his name the other day, Henryk Sienkiewicz. Famous painter, very classy. Check out his work if you haven't already been privileged to see some of his paintings in the past. And again, he's another one you're going to find if you visit the National Art Museum here in Warsaw. Oh, it feels so serene and calm in this place. Just for a moment, I was at one with Henryk Sienkiewicz. Almost a Vulcan mind meld, but not really. Because that would be weird, wouldn't it? Fascinating. We're following the main road, not deliberately, but just that's the way the path takes us, just to pick up on the last few monuments. And it's also helpful to show you that if you don't have a huge amount of time, you can just follow the main road. You can come in here, pop into the entry point from the main road rather than go rambling around like, yes, the route I took you on. But it was because I wanted to actually see Zamek Ujazdowski and point that one out to you, because I think it was worth the effort doing it. But you can pop in here and just pick up some of the highlights, nip down to the palace on the water, and there you go, you've had your treat. Oh, I love that word, a herbaceania. Place specialising in tea things, tea-related things like cakes. Of course, herbata, tea itself. I'm not sure how a mojito fits into that, but it is a non-alcoholic mojito. And I'm guessing that's the man in his Cadillac. No, hang on, it's a different car, so it can't be the man in his Cadillac. But nice looking dog. I'm thinking that's General Pilsudski. No idea who the driver was. So, more than one car, eh? But the Cadillac was the famous one. And what's that huge building in the background? I'm thinking something to do with the Botanic Gardens, presumably. Could go around and have a better look at it, I guess, which is what I might do, just to satisfy my own curiosity, while I'm trying to fathom, is it going to be even remotely possible for me to get a picture taken with the man? I could move that sign, couldn't I, outside the Herbaceania. Yeah, I know, any excuse for me to say the word again. It's cute, isn't it? And I can vaguely pronounce it correctly. No, I don't want to move the sign outside the Herbaceania. So what I'll try to do is, I'll try to get a picture somehow. Oh God, I'm just a big kid, aren't I? Oh, just a small kid, I'm not sure which. So here I am with General Pilsudski and his faithful hand. Maybe I should be a little taller. What do you think? I've often thought that. But then when you're on a plane, not much knee room, leg room, I thought, God, I'm glad I was made to be short. So yes, onward, driver. What are you thinking? Are you thinking I'm far too old to be doing a picture of myself like this? Possibly. So I'll get out the way and let the kids jump in. I'm sure General Pilsudski wouldn't mind. Let's see if it worked. In the company of animals, out on the main road outside of Warsaw Park, there's a little story selection which you might be amused to read. I would encourage you to come and read it for yourself. I'll give you an extract. The Marshal was not fond of cats, but he did enjoy the close company of dogs. Can this guy get even more heroic and likeable? Particularly memorable was one named Dog, a German shepherd of imposing stature but friendly disposition. Been a fan of the General's for a while, and he only grows in stature, in my estimation, the more I learn about him. There's his earlier dog, Dorek. There he is with family as late as 1934. You can read more of his life story and all sorts here. Oh, okay. That makes things a whole lot easier. Yeah, it's all straightforward now. Good luck interpreting that one. What's going on here? Getting ready to burn witches? And here we are on Plac Zbawiciela. Remember a few years ago, this used to be an attractive area, a cool happening place. There were a few bars here which were considered the latest place to go and drink at. Quite a contrast in this, dead in the centre. It's beautified, but the walk I've just taken is, I didn't film it actually because I didn't want Warsaw to look too grim. Can't hide the fact that there's a huge amount of ugly graffiti, defacing of buildings, but still, let's focus on the positive. There's a church under renovation, getting a lick of paint or something. There may still be some nice little places to pop in for a drink or two. Perhaps, oh, cute little puppy down there. Perhaps Klucha. Plan B still going. This was one of their new places a few years ago. Please be quiet, respect our neighbours. Plan B. Well, yeah, good luck with that. If you're getting people drunk by serving them alcohol and then telling them to be quiet, the maths just don't add up, do they? So we've got something to do with the church here and schools, right next to a cool and happening bar, which may or may not be still cool and happening. Plac Zbawiciela. Mokotowska intersecting with Zbawiciela. For those with a map to hand who want to just get a bit of extra help to pinpoint where we are. However, The very next street along is even more famous, well known, and a point of reference, Marszałkowska. This is where you want to be looking because it runs direct north to south with the tram lines here, as you can see. Let's walk up here in the direction of another notable little spot, which famous for its socialist realist architecture, Plac's Konstytucji. We're now heading north. Big boxy rectangles, figures of soldiers, mothers, drillers, diggers, working stock. Very nice to see from my point of view that right alongside the modern trams we've got these vintage little toys, dinkies by comparison, aren't they? Cute. Here's a bit of a sorry sight, very sadly. I guess one of Warsaw's last traditional, authentic bar mleczny. The milk bars which ordinary folk would come into for their inexpensive, traditional, home-style food. Food for workers. It's kind of cool for cheap backpackers in the early 2000s. Oh, that's right, they call it progress, don't they? I'm going to end this Sunday morning, Sunday afternoon little excursion video, all on foot, and we spent nothing. Cheap and cheerful, nice, eh? Thought I'd just show you where you need to look out for the automatic ticket machines. The fact that it's all in Polish can be off-putting, but if you look very closely, if you're a foreigner who hasn't learned Polish, you can get by with German and English, sorry for Spanish viewers, and you can use banknotes, cash, or plastic card to select the type of transport ticket which you need. The once only journey, the jednorazowe, or perhaps ticket for the day, ticket for the week. It all depends how long you're staying in Warsaw. And assume you'll want to stay longer once you start exploring, rather than thinking, oh, I might cut my trip to Warsaw short. Because if you really are adventurous and like doing plenty of walking and getting out, and you have a quite broad selection of interests, I think Warsaw, still, however ridiculous it may sound, is a bit of a hidden gem. If you're more of a quick fix, wow, pow, in your face, fantastic, memorable moments immediately type of person, of course, Old Town Prague and the castle, hard to beat. Maybe impossible to beat. Kraków here in Poland can resemble a bit of a Disneyland these days with so many tourists. But I would recommend giving Warsaw a bit of a try. I'm staying here a few more days. Maybe you'll stick with me, maybe not. Walkie-talkie traveller coming to an end for this video. Hope you enjoyed Łazienki Park. What was inside, what was just outside and a roundabout, and a glimpse of a few other things here in Warsaw Central. Right, I think it's time I had something to eat. I'm as hungry as a hound. Thanks for watching. Like if you feel like liking the video. Subscribe if you feel like subscribing. I'll leave that all up to you. Until the next time, do Zbawiciela.